for joining. Great, thanks, Shannon. First of all, thank you all for joining and welcome to the Q&A session on the mentorship program for 2022. This is really meant to be an informal session to basically give a little bit of background on the program and the expectations, and just kind of provide an overview on what goes into the mentorship program, and then to allow everyone to ask questions. So definitely, if you have any questions while I'm quickly flipping through the slides, feel free to put them in the chat, and then we'll have some time at the end if there's any other questions you want to ask or things you want to cover, we can do so then. So here's the agenda for tonight. We'll quickly go through an overview of the mentorship program, talk a little bit about why mentorship, what are the advantages of mentorship in general, and then more specifically, what are the benefits of our Junior League of Boston mentorship program. Then we'll go through the details of the program, the timeline, the application criteria, then lastly, how to apply, and Q&A. So I don't think this will be a super long session. We're scheduled for an hour, but we'll clearly be here as long as you guys want in terms of questions and making sure we have everything answered, and that you leave the session feeling like you've got a good understanding of the program, and hopefully you'll want to join us. So that's really the goal of tonight's session. Before I get started, I just want to introduce Deanna Powers is on the line here with me. Both of us are the co-leads of the mentorship program. This is our second year leading the program, and we are really excited that you guys are all interested in potentially applying to the program. Just a brief overview on the history of the program. It was originally launched in 2017 and really just intended to create mutually rewarding one-on-one partnerships between mentors and mentees within the Junior League of Boston. So clearly it's been around for about 5 years at this point. It's evolved a little bit over time. I think the past 2 years, like a lot of things, have been challenging due to COVID and the pandemic restrictions and everything like that. But we've done the best we can with Zoom meetings, and we are hopeful that maybe we can through this Omicron surge and we'll be meeting more in person going forward, because I do think this is a program that maybe not always where you need to meet in person, but I think every now and then it really is kind of helpful to get together and actually see people live. So really, why mentorship? What are the benefits of this program? So just kind of mentorship more broadly. I'm not sure how many of you have done mentorship programs, maybe in your job, maybe in college. I think there are a lot of proven benefits of mentorship, both for mentors and mentees. And I think mentorship programs are like a lot of things in life. You basically get out of them what you put into them. So, if you're not putting in a whole lot, maybe you're not getting a lot out of it. But I think, a lot of these where we've seen people really be successful in this are, where people really put a lot of effort into getting to know their mentor or mentee, and really kind of, fostering that relationship and moving it forward. So, just real briefly, mentorship is great because you get exposure to different points of view and perspectives. You get to know somebody who's got a different background than yourself and maybe has a different way of looking at the world. And I think that's helpful, again, from both the mentor and mentee perspective, to just get, different points of view. Expanded personal network and potential opportunities. So you get to meet people within Junior League, but also, last year we had a couple of participants that were in the same industry, and had similar jobs where maybe you're expanding your personal network within the Junior League, but also maybe beyond. So, there's definitely opportunities for networking and really, meeting more people. Increased confidence and self-awareness. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Improved goal setting and accountability. Again, a lot of the goals of mentorship is really to try to set some goals and work towards something. And, having someone there to, keep you accountable and ask you how you're doing with whatever goal you're working on. I think is definitely proven to be more successful than just trying to, kind of maneuver through something on your own. So kind of the last benefit that I have on here is just, mentees receive advice and support with someone who has lived experience. So, if you're joining this program to really navigate the Junior League of Boston and really understand how the Junior League of Boston works, you'll be matched up with a mentor who has experience in that area, who's been with Junior League for a couple of years, who, kind of knows the ropes. If you're looking for career mentoring, optimally, if someone applies who has a similar job or is in a similar industry to you, that can be great. You can get some experience from someone who's kind of been there and done that. But even if it's not the exact same match, I think we all have lessons and things we can learn from each other. And so having someone with a little bit more experience in a particular area that we're hoping to develop is, it's always a good thing. And, there's a lot of benefits for mentors too. You can improve your leadership and listening skills and really kind of give back and pay it forward. I think back like on my career, I've had a lot of good mentors along the way who have, really helped me work on different things, who have, sponsored me in different opportunities and really, kind of, pushed me sometimes when I needed a push. And, if you're looking at this more from a mentoring perspective, I think a lot of us who have had experiences like that are looking to give back and really kind of pay it forward for all the things that all the mentoring and advice we've gotten over the years. So those are just some overall benefits of mentorship, but more specifically within our program, there's a couple of additional benefits that I wanted to highlight. Number one is really new connections with other Junior League of Boston members. One thing we saw from all the applications last year was just, I think a lot of people are feeling isolated and alone with the pandemic. And, we're going on 2 years now of staying at home and, probably not, even if you are, getting out of the house more these days, you're probably not seeing as many people as you used to, or I think life changed for almost everybody after March 2020. So, everyone's circumstance is a little bit different, but the need and the theme for people wanting connection really kind of came through all the applications last year. So, and I think it's, with the Junior League, it is kind of harder to get to know people when we're all virtual all the time. So, sometimes with the smaller group programs and everything, it's easier to get to know people. So one of the great things about this program is, clearly you're going to get matched up with a mentor or mentee, but then we also, the Mentorship Program committee puts on events throughout the year too, where you can meet other people in the mentorship program and really kind of try to grow your network and really kind of grow your connections. And then the other thing I wanted to emphasize is the program flexibility. We're really trying to tailor this experience to each mentorship pair. There's different focus areas that you can kind of opt to work on in your mentorship pairing. That's part of the application. We'll go through that. You could be looking to do this program really to learn how to navigate the Junior League of Boston. That could be one area you want to focus on. But that's not the only area. You could want to join this program because you want career mentoring. Maybe you're in a certain industry and you're looking to get advice because you want to switch jobs, or, maybe just even grow your leadership skills or something like that. We've got about 6 or 7 different focus areas that you can choose from. And, clearly when we're looking to match applicants, that's one of the key kind of things we're looking at, is really trying to match people up, mentors with the skills and experience in that particular area, but, really, and then mentees with that particular area of focus. So this program is really meant to be flexible. There's no real strict requirements, and that's really kind of done on purpose to really encourage people to want to participate and really, kind of make this a personal experience and make this, something that hopefully everybody enjoys and isn't just another Zoom call or another thing on on everyone's very busy calendars. So those are some specific benefits of this program. And again, I really can't stress enough, just mentorship in general, there's so many good things that come out of it. And, like I said, these are some particular things, but, I think this program really has something to offer everyone. So a couple of details about the program. As I mentioned, when we look at the applications as the mentorship program committee, we really try to match people based on shared interests, areas of focus, placements, goals. We really do spend time really looking at the applications and really trying to make pairings that make sense. And like I said, one of the key areas is really the focus areas that you want to really work on during this 1-year mentorship program. So these are the different focus areas that we have, junior league leadership. So there's clearly a lot of leadership opportunities within the Junior League of Boston. So perhaps you're interested in, one of the slated leadership positions, or even, just, a leader of a committee or that type of thing. We have a lot of members in Junior League and sustainers who have a ton of experience, have been in this league a long time, that can help you kind of navigate that process. Navigating the Junior League of Boston, maybe you're not interested in a leadership position, but maybe you're new to Junior League. This program is open to everyone, new members. Maybe this is your first year, and clearly this is, kind of a different year because of COVID and the fact that a lot of the activities and everything are still virtual. So maybe you're interested in getting a different placement for next year, and you want to find out just more about the league. Again, that's another different area of focus you can pick. Career mentoring, I think, kind of speaks for itself. I think with that one, I would stress, if that's really the area you want to focus on, the more detail you can provide in your application about, your career, your experience, what industry, what job you kind of have, so we can try to match you accordingly. That is helpful. Advanced education, maybe you're looking to go back to college, maybe you're looking to attend college, maybe you're looking to get an additional degree, law school, business school. We have a lot of very, very smart people in this area, and a lot of really good colleges. So, and a lot of people in this league that have gone to these schools and, done a lot of these programs and have experience in that area. Friendship, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. Personal development, maybe you're really just looking to better yourself, and maybe you have goals for yourself in terms of personal development, and you want your mentor to keep you accountable and work with you on different things, increasing confidence, bettering your presentation skills, things like that. It really can be kind of flexible in that area. Personal life events, perhaps you're thinking of starting a family, or, maybe you're looking to get married and just, you kind of want some advice and thoughts on somebody who's been there and done that. Again, we have so many smart, successful women in this organization that I'm sure have kind of been through everything in life. So, that's another life or focus area that you can select. And then we've got an other field too here. So, this can be open-ended, but again, kind of the more detail you can provide, the better we can try to match you up with someone who kind of makes sense for what you're looking to focus on in the mentorship program. The next thing I'll highlight too is one of the things we look at when we match mentors and mentees up are their communication preferences. So really, how often are you looking to communicate with your mentor or mentee? How do you prefer to communicate with them? I think especially kind of the preferences right now are important, because some people are comfortable getting together in person, some people are more comfortable virtually, some people are comfortable kind of with a hybrid type approach. That's part of the application, as well as just frequency. Are you looking to meet monthly or quarterly, or would you prefer maybe to just text on a weekly basis and then maybe meet just monthly or quarterly? That's again part of the application process, and the thought really being that clearly we'll take that into account when we look to match up mentors and mentees, but that you would really, when we kind of have our kickoff meeting and you meet your mentor and mentee, that you would kind of establish kind of some parameters about your communication preferences. and the frequency that you would get together or meet to discuss your mentorship objectives. Timeline. So the program runs roughly a year. So applications are due at the end of January. And then usually, we'll look at the applications, and the mentorship committee will be in touch with everyone by the end of February with next steps, with the anticipation that the kickoff event would be in March 2022. And then it really kind of runs basically through around this time next year. January, February 2023 would be the expectation. So that's the general timeline. The application criteria, as I mentioned previously, we really try to keep this kind of as flexible and open as possible, because I think everybody kind of has different things to offer. So really any Junior League of Boston members, including sustainers, new members, anyone could be a mentor or a mentee. The application is the same for both mentors and mentees. We ask you to select one. But you might be brand new to the Junior League of Boston, but you might have 30 years of career experience. And so clearly we would not want that person, and that person might want to be a mentor, really focusing on career type items. We don't want to prevent that person from being a mentor when they have so much experience and things to offer. So we do ask in the application, if you want to be a mentor, there's a section that basically asks for your experience and your skills for whatever you're signing yourself up to be a mentor for. But there's really kind of no restrictions on you have to have X, Y, and Z to be a mentor. We're really trying to keep this open. The one thing I will mention though is if you're really applying just to be a mentor and really focus on Junior League items only, we do ask in that case, or at least we recommend that you have a few years of experience with the Junior League, just so, the person you're mentoring, especially if it's probably navigating the Junior League of Boston, probably as a newer member. And, I think just having a little bit of experience with the Junior League would be helpful in that case. Next is how to apply. So the application is online. I have the link here is to the application, and these slides will be sent to everybody probably tomorrow. So you'll have the application link, but it's online. It's pretty straightforward. We really don't want this to take more than 30 minutes of your time. A lot of the questions are just background information on yourself, really kind of what you want to focus on in the mentorship program, why you're looking to apply. And then just some, preferences about communication, preferences and frequency. And then also how the mentorship committee can best support you. So, what type of events you would like the mentorship committee to put on, and, frequency of those events and that type of thing. So, the application is really just meant to aid the mentorship program committee in trying to best match people. So, I will say the more information you do provide, the more we can best try to match you with someone who we think, really kind of matches up with what you're looking for. But, this really shouldn't be, I look back to a couple of years ago, the application was quite long and there was a lot of kind of free form type questions where you had to kind of write a paragraph for each thing. This application has very little of that. It has really just, kind of check the box for certain things if they apply to you. There are a couple of open-ended questions, but, again, we don't need a novel here. It's really just, we're just trying to get to know you a little bit better so we can match you the best as possible. The same application is used for mentors and mentees. And again, the application deadline is January 31st, 2022. And I think with that, that's kind of the main background on the program that we had prepared. But at this point, I'll open it up to Q&A if anyone has any questions. We'll definitely be here to answer them. And even if not right now, or if you think of something after this, I've included Deanna and my contact information. So you can definitely email us anytime with any questions too that may come up. So does anyone have any questions?
Or feel free to ask them either, on here or on the chat. If you're more comfortable with that.
Okay. Well, hopefully that means that the presentation was very clear. This program, like I said, it's really meant we want as many people as possible to participate. We're really hoping to bring people together, and, no one size fits all here. So, if this is something that you're interested in, please apply, or at least please reach out with any questions if there's anything, you're concerned about, or you'd like to find out more about. We're definitely here to help. But
yeah, I was going to say, does anyone have any any concerns that they're thinking about with the program, or after listening to the presentation, are definitely interested in that? Anyone have any thoughts with that?
I think one thing I did touch on in the beginning, but we're clearly closely monitoring kind of the health situation right now too. So, pretty much all of the meetings we've done so far have been virtual. We were actually hoping, we have an event planned for tomorrow night for the prior year mentorship program class, and we were hoping to do that in person. And then with kind of all the cases that have popped up over the last few weeks, we've moved that to a fully virtual event. But we are kind of being mindful of that. We are asking for input from kind of the program participants, in terms of what people feel more comfortable with. I think to the extent, especially because I think COVID's going to be with us for the foreseeable future, to the extent, we have a live event, I think we're going to try to offer some sort of, hybrid options. So, if you aren't comfortable attending live, or you can't attend live, that there's some sort of Zoom or other option too. So again, we're trying to bring people together, but clearly the pandemic has made things a little bit more difficult. But we're definitely doing the best we can. Okay. Well, if there are no questions, I don't want to keep people any longer than y'all need to be kept. I know it's I'm sure it's a busy time for everybody right now with kind of getting back in the swing of things after the holiday. But definitely feel free to reach out to Deanna and I if any other questions come up, and definitely we look forward to everybody applying if you're interested in this program. We would love to have you. So with that, we'll end the presentation, and Shannon, I think you can quit recording now. Thank you all.